Hello everyone. Today in this module I have explained the part 2 of from the chapter political parties, in which I have discussed about the types of political party system. In previous video you all get an idea about the political party, its components and the different functions of political parties. Now, after getting all the basic information, in this video you will learn that what are the different types of party system throughout the world and their merits and demerits. So let's start with our module. See, you all know that political parties somehow is very much important, and in a democratic country or in any democracy, any group of citizens, they are free to that making a political party. And if you have seen in our country, more than 750 parties are there, those who registered their political parties with the Election Commission of India. So from that from that counting you can understand that how much political parties is need. If it is multiple political parties, if we have a lots of political parties, and in a democratic country it's very much needed to to have the political parties, so that the government will not it's arranged in a perfect way and the citizens get all the facilities by choosing their representatives, those who work on behalf of them. But all the political parties are not same in status. That means that in every country we cannot say that in every country we cannot get a similar types of political parties, or that the similar types of party system. In our world there's so many countries who have different with each other in the matter of party system. So all over the world there are mainly divided the party system into three phases, or you can say into three types. The party system that is divided throughout the world. The first one, or you can say the first system, in many countries there is a one party system we can found, and that one party system is also known as mono party system. Second types of party system is bi-party system, which is also known as two-party system, and the third form of party system is multiple party system. Now we will know about these three party system in a detailed manners, with their definition, with their merits and demerits, right? Now first we have to know about the one party system. Now what is one party system? Any country where only one party is allowed to control and run the government, that is known as one party system. It is also known as monoparty systems. Please remember that one party system is also known as monoparty system. Mono means one. So in any country where only one political party is there, that is known as one party system or monoparty system, right? For example, China. In China there is only one party system. You are from class 9, there is a one incident, or you can say there is a one story is you have already learned from class 9 chapter of democracy, where in the features it is showing that how the China that the system of the China political party system over there, where you already learned the parliament name of the China, right? So in the China there is only one party system, and that party that the election will be happen only for that party. We cannot say that there no elections will be there. Maybe one question will be come in your mind that if there is only one party, then how the election will be organized, right? But the thing is that there is a one party, the election will not be that happened or occurred for any party system, okay, or between any party, because there is only one party. There the election will be that occurred for choosing the candidates among that only one party, okay. So in China we have only the Communist Party, that is one party system. So somehow this is an example. Another example, if I'm saying that is the one party system, that is in the North Korea also over there. Cuba is also there, who have that one party system, or you can say sometime it is also known as single party system. Okay, please remember that one party system is also known as that monoparty system, and also known as in the name of single party system, right? Now we have to know about the merits and demerits, or you can also say about the that advantage and the disadvantage of one party system. The first most important one under the merits or advantage of one party system, that as you all know that there is only one political parties is there, so whenever they want to take the decision, that decisions are taken in a quickly without any discussion or delays. Okay, because there's only one political parties is there, so it's very easy by the government that without any consulting with any others, or without that getting any kind of criticisms or any kind of obstacles from the opposition one, because there is a no opposition parties is there, so one political party can smoothly they take the decision, and it is very useful during the time of the emergency. They cannot be hold, they cannot be concerned, so randomly in a very quick manner they can give their decisions without any delay. So we can say that the decisions that the decision is in a very quick manner. Okay, so it is, the decision is not very slow in manner. It leads political stability. Now how it means about the political stability? See, if you that if you take an example with our country, so in every 5 years in our country there is a election, and due to this election in every 5 years that the government they are shifted, or you can say the government are changed. And whenever the government are that they change after after every 5 years the government are changed, then every government come with their own policies, with their own decisions, and due to this reason somehow the stability will there is there is no opportunity for stable the political that the hold or the political position. But this is not happen in the one political party system, as because there is only one that only one government is there, only one political party is there, only the candidates are changed. Okay, but their ideology is same, as because they comes from the same political party, so their ideologies are same, their mottos are that their aims are same, only the way of method, the way of ruling, that is different. So due to this reason it's not created any political instability. So due to the one political party system there are lots of that political stability. And not only that, the strong and determined government who can easily implement the laws, as there is a that no opposition parties is there, because there is only one political party, so they can that there is no criticism, because the people there is no opposition parties is there, so those who that those who stop that political parties, so there is a no criticism, no opposition party. So in that manner that the government can easily implement the laws, whatever they making the laws they can easily implement it, they can easily that apply into the society, and that is very in a strong manner, because as there is no one those who stop that government. So we can say that it's one of the advantages for the government. But along with the merits there is also some disadvantages also come with these political parties. Okay, so what are that that there is no freedom of expression, as you all know the that here only one political parties is there, so the government can easily implement the laws or apply the laws whatever they wanted to take, they take the decision along, because there is no opposition parties, there is no another political parties who can stop, who can criticize that. So for that reason the government somehow are working like a dictatorship of government, and they cannot give any kind of freedom of that giving the viewpoint or freedom of showing their expression, or the freedoms of that doing the any kind of criticism from the citizens. So there is no citizens or no others one get any kind of freedom of expression. Okay. Democracy is removed and dictatorship emerge. Due to this reason, as the government are very much, that they are stable, and due to that stability somehow they are very strong and determined by implementing their laws. So due to that reason, somehow sometimes the democracy is somehow evaded or it is removed, that from the one party system, and in place of democracy they start doing the dictatorship, as because somehow they become the authoritative, they become the that autocracy, and due to this power somehow they are holding the all the powers in the particular one particular person or one government, as because there's no other parties those who that where that party have the fear that if they are not doing the proper work, if they are misusing their power, then another political parties are there, those who can take their seats or take care of their power. So as they don't have any kind of fear about any kind of worried about this kind of things, so for that reason sometimes they become the dictators by not giving any kind of rights, any kind of freedom towards citizens, right? And the next one is that the government becomes absolute and administrations become irresponsible, as it sometimes have worked as a dictatorship. So the government become the absolute, it become the rigid, it cannot change according to the situation which in our country we have. And as well as sometimes the administration they become irresponsible, that they are not taking any kind of responsibilities of the citizens, and they can do only whatever are benefited for them. So sometimes they are irresponsible, they are not take care of their citizens, they cannot that thinking about the welfareness of the citizens, they only think about their political parties or about their own self. So due to that reason sometimes the government becomes so absolute that they are really irresponsible towards their citizens. So I hope you're clear about the merits and demerits of one political parties. Now we have to talk about the second types of party system, that is a two party system, right? Basically in the two party system there will be two main political parties are there, where among the power of the government will that is shifted from one party to the another party. That means basically suppose there is a party number 1 and there is a party number 2, so all the powers of the government are somehow interchanged with among that between these two political parties. Suppose in this year, for suppose if I'm taking an example, that in any country where the two political parties are there, suppose this party 2 it elected or it win the election, and for the 5 years it becomes that ruling party. Okay. Now after 5 years, suppose due to some reason the supports of this political party is somehow are decreases, and all the support goes to this party 1. So in the next 5 years party 1 will become as a ruling party and party 2 become the opposition one. So the powers will be interchanged, the ruling party and the power of opposition party, that is interchanged between the two political parties. So the you can say that the that the power which is usually changes between the two main parties, such party is known as two party system. This two party system is also known as a bi-party system. Okay, the name, another name of the two party system is a bi-party system. For example, the two-party system, we can see the two-party system in the US and in the Britain is an example of the two-party system. So let's see that what are the name of that party system. In USA, you get two-party system. One is Republican party, Republican party. Another one is a Democratic party. Okay, so there's a two political parties we get in our in the USA country. That is, one is Republican, another is Democratic. And in the Britain we get the two-party political party system, which is the Conservative parties and the Liberal party. So these are the two example of the political parties which we have that getting in USA and Britain. Now we will move towards the merits of the two-party system. Okay. it gives the political stability to the countries. Now, how it will give the political stability? See, here you have only two political parties, okay, one and two political parties. So the government will be interchanged between these two only ones. So there is a instability if within a 5 years only that that between these two only political parties, there is no other political parties, only two political parties is there. So the power will be interchanged within these two political parties. So due to that reason, somehow we can say that it that it gives the political stability to the country. And not only that, the two-party system have been preferred over the multi-party system because they are not very difficult to govern. That people, they are not getting so much confused that that if I'm saying an example. Suppose in our India, whenever we are going for that giving our vote, we are very much confused that whom we should we have to give a vote, as because we have a lots of political parties in front of us, so we cannot able to decide in a very quick manner. So somehow the citizens get confused, but here the citizens are not get so much confused, and it is not very difficult, as because here only the two political parties are there. So either the first one or the second one. So between these two, it is very easy to choose among the that between the two political parties rather than among many political parties. Not only that, it is very easier for the voters also to vote in the election, as they need to choose between only the two political parties. So this is also that it is very much important that the people are not get confused during the time of the election. And due to this reason, there is only, as that there is only the two political parties, so people are not get at all or confused. They have a clear choice, and they can choose between any two political parties rather than that so many political parties. And in a similar way, the government is also very that it is very easy for doing, or for that to holding the power, as because the government have to focus upon, as that there is a two political parties, so only the that the second political parties only have to focus on only one political party. It's that its focus is not divided or diverted among all. During the time of the multiple parties, see, if I'm giving an example, if suppose in your class, if you have only two subjects, then it's very easy for you to that you're focusing on to these two subjects only, okay. But as suppose you have more than 50 subjects, then it's not possible for you to to concentrate on all the 50 subjects and to achieve a good score marks. So for that reason, the same things will be happen. It's not possible for a government to concentrate on different political parties and can see that who will that doing any work which is against that political parties. But in the two political parties, it is very much easy for one particular political party's government to concentrate only the one party which is left over, right? So for that reason, it is very easy for the citizens, it is easy for the government also. Now move towards the demerits of the two political parties, or you can say the disadvantage of the two political parties. The two political party system is offers limited option to the voters, as they have to choose from only two political parties. Now suppose if I am giving an example that you have only that two foods to choose. Suppose you have in one time you have suppose the milk. In one glass you have a milk for drink, or in the one another in the glass you have maybe suppose the Horlicks, right? So in this matter, maybe both you don't have that you don't like both to drink. So for in that case, if you have only these two options, then it's very difficult for you, it's very limited that you don't like both of that drink, but among between these both, you have to choose which you that like less, okay. So or you have to choose which is you like hate less. So for that reason, but if you suppose you have many more option for drink anything, then you can go for your option, right? So whenever you go to the, if I'm giving you another example, whenever you go for the restaurant, that if whenever you are seeing your menu card. In that menu card you have lots of food items, and you can choose, that there is no limitation to choose your food, so you can order anything which you like. But if any restaurant, if you go and you get only one or two or three items for eat, then in that time it's very difficult for choosing, as because maybe that three you cannot you are not like to eat. So for that reason we can say that limitations are very, that increase, and people have limited that choice, and they have to choose between only these two one. They don't have a choice to go for further that beyond these two political parties. Next one is that the two-party system creates inconsistent governing. See, as because there is only two political parties, so the government or the government, they are not very much focused, because they have a less spread, or they have a less, that fear towards their political opposition political parties. So for that reason they are not very much, that concerned about the threats or about the citizens, as because they know, they very well known their opposite political parties, and as it is only one, so they have focused all the things, and they cannot, that they sometimes cannot do any that the good things for the citizen, as they know that in front of my opposition one, there is only one political party which they will know very well. So due to that reason the inconsistencies of the governing can become, as there is only limited political parties. And another demerits of this political parties is, that the strong oppositions are there. That due to the strong opposition, suppose if there is so many political parties is there, and the ruling party, they that they have many political parties against them. So in that time, that the matters which is going against the ruling party, that will be divided among all the political parties. So it is somehow they can be able to, that by the one by that they can be neglected, or they can be ignored. But if there is a strong one, only one political parties are there against that ruling party, then all the matters can be highlighted by these all parties, and the citizens are very much focused, because the citizens have only concentrated between these two political party, so they can, that they can focuses on the viewpoint which opposition parties have against the ruling party. And but if there is a multiple parties are there, so in that matter, due to in that matter the multiple parties, the citizens cannot, that they cannot be focused upon any one particular one. They have to focus on all the political parties, and due to this reason somehow their memories, or you can say the concentration cannot be in a very fixed manner, cannot be very strong. So for that reason it is one kind of, that demerits for the government or for the political parties, that there is a strong opposition parties, and in the citizens will all the time they are can concentrate on the opinions of the strong political parties. So due to that reason somehow their political parties have afraid of that. Now move to the last types of the political parties, that is the, that is the multi-party system. Now see, what is the multi-party system? See, from the word multi you can understand that in any country where more than two parties are there, that who are compete with each other for getting the power, and also have a reasonable chance of winning, we call that in a multi-party system. So it's a basic one, in which country we get more than two political parties, and or we can get several political parties who are, that competing with each other for getting the power, and who have the reasonable chance and many lots of chances for winning the system. In India, we have a multi-party system. So this is a most important example of the multi-party system, because throughout the world, India is that only country who have a multiple party system in a huge manner, and our country is also a diversified country, and it's very much needed that in a diversified country the multi-party system is very much needed, so that everyone can get a chance, and the people have also, that getting a chance for choosing, or for, that giving a chance to each and every political party, so that they can that do a good thing for the citizens. Under the multiple party system, the political parties, that they are coming to power in a two way. Either they can win the election by their own, by gathering all the peoples into their political parties, or if sometimes they cannot by their own, they cannot win the election, so in that timing they can alliance with the others, the political parties, for the form of coalition government. Now what is coalition government? Coalition government is like that. Suppose there is a party 1, 2, 3. These are the these are the three very strong and in a very huge amount of big political parties. But there is also small very political parties like 4, 5, 6, 7, for example. Okay, so suppose party 1, that they gets they got 10 votes. Party 2 get that 9. Party 3 they get maybe suppose it's 12. So, and this political parties is also get some of the that some of the votes, right? Now in this timing, the party 2, they see that they cannot be that getting a power, as because party 3 already they got 12 votes now, and they have only the 9 one. So in that timing, party 2, they are inviting party 4, 5, 6 to collaborate and to that to collide with each other and make one bigger that bigger political parties togetherly. And in that manner, all the votes, whatever the votes parties 4, 5 and 6 they all got, that is included and plus added on to the party's vote of second party, right? The vote of the second party. So suppose if I'm giving another example, right? Suppose then party 2 already they get 9, and with party 4 maybe there's a 2, from party 5 there's is a 3, or from party 6 maybe 1. Now 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So total 15 vote that it is in the name of party 2, as it is collided with the 3 small parties. And in the previous I give you an example that party 3 they got 12. So now you can see that party 2 ultimately they win the battle, as because it's now 15. So this is the for example that sometimes if the political parties cannot win according to their own political vote, so in that timing they are doing the groupings with the another small political parties, and they form a coalition government, by by doing the alliance means group, and they win the battle. So in the multi-party system these things also happen, and due to this reason the smaller party also gets some kind of facilities when they are collaborate with each other with the big political parties. Merits of, now we have to move towards the merits of the multi-party system. See, in the merits of the multi-party system, it is very much that you can get an opportunity. All the citizens get multiple opportunities from many of the options. They can choose whatever the best for them. And not only that, there is an open criticism on the policies and structure which helps in better governance. See, the government are all the time, that the government are afraid that if they are not doing the better work, then there's a lots of political parties are there who can be, who can get, in the queue. If the ruling party can they are not doing a good work, then any other political party, they can take a take a place of that political party, and the citizens can remove them. So due to this open criticism and policies right which is given to the citizen, somehow the government they are doing the better, which is better for the citizens. And not only that, it also give individuals all kind of rights, all kind of that freedom to express their viewpoints through the election process, freedom to utilize their voting rights. So different kinds of rights and freedoms are given under the multi-party system. And due to this healthy competition, as you know that there's a multiple, there's a multiple political parties, so every political parties, they wanted to hold the power and try to, that come into the power of the government and making or govern or rule out the government. So due to this healthy competition, everyone want to give the best so that the citizen can choose them. And due to this reason, somehow it, that it is a chance which is providing by the multi-party for growth of the nation. As because whenever they are for winning the competition, whenever they are doing their best, and that benefited to our society only. Now come to the demerits of the multi-party systems. Now in the demerits, it's a very political instability, because in every 5 years, there is a elections procedures are there, and due to this reason, as there is a multi-party system is there, so people can choose any of the party in any of the election. And so that reason the political parties are, that is change, and due to the change of the political parties, the ideology of the parties also change, and this creates the political instabilities. Not only that, it leads to difficulty in the formation of the government, and there is a lots of political parties is there, so it's very much, the difficulties to get to form the government. Now suppose previously we are talked about, that I have discussed about the one form of government, that is a coalition form of government, where the small political parties, they join the bigger one and form a bigger political parties. Now during this time, suppose that political parties, they won the that the battle of the election, and now the question is arise as because in that political parties there's a that two or three political parties togetherly they win the battle. So it's very difficult to choose that who will, that hold the power, as because everyone's vote are very much important. Every political parties, those who form a bigger group, is very important, and with the that vote of each and everyone only, they battle the, that they battle the group, they battle the win the battle of the elections, and due to that reason it's very difficult to form the government, right? It also increases the corruption for holding the power. Now how it is doing that? See here in the merit, you already get an idea that due to the healthy competition we get the best one. But there is also the another side, that is a negative. It is a positive side of the healthy competition, that we get the best one. But there is a negative side also there. Okay, now how the negative? So you all know, whenever we want to win the race, some those who that they give their best, right? They, during the time of the competition, they give the best. But sometimes it's also happened that to win the elections, to win the race, some are doing the dirty tricks, some are, that they are misusing their power, they bribe or they do corruption, so that at anyhow how cause they want to win the race. So sometimes they are using the, that the dirty tricks for, that for winning the election. So this is called the corruption, that for holding the power, the government or the political parties, they for win the competition, that they are doing the dirty tricks. It is more expensive, as because they are doing the dirty tricks, and they wanted to, that to win the election at any how cost. So sometimes they are using most, that many money, they can use many resources only for winning the election. So somehow it is more expensive. And it is the most important, the last one is that suppose there is some emergency declared, and in that emergency, in a spot, they have to take the decision. But as it's a multi-party system and many executives are there in our country, so the decisions are very slow. The decisions they cannot take immediately, they have to discuss with each another, and by that by whenever the decisions came, it becomes delay. It is very slow process. So during the time of the emergency, it is very difficult for the multi-party system for taking the decision in a quick manner, as the decision process is very slow here. So I hope you all that understand the party system of your political part, that party system of the world and its merits and demerits, because whenever you are going with any topic, so you should also know about its advantage and disadvantage. So this is the module where you have learned about or get an idea about the types of the party system in our world, along with its merits and demerits. Okay, and in the next module or in the next video, I have explained, I will discuss about the that the political party system of our country. As you all know that in our country we have the two types of party system. So that's we have talked about in our next video. Till that, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you get a clear idea about the types of the party system throughout the world. Thank you so much.